Hi guys, it has been a minute, but I have some really cool stuff to show you today. First thing I want to start with is inside the store. We got in some Lechuza. I've never personally used this. I am trying it out at home myself, and I did a sample pot here with some plants, but I've heard some really good things about it. So I am excited to see how well it does with some of my own personal plants. So I'm super excited about that. We got it in two different sizes, the 6 liter and a 12-liter bag. And then we are going to bag up some smaller Try Me bags. And I think those were 2-pounders, I recall. So we'll have those set up here as well. Before we head out into the plant room, there's a couple of plants that aren't out there because they're on display that I wanted to show you. We got in some gorgeous primrose. A couple different colors over there. These are just the two that I grabbed. The yellow one, everybody laughs at me. It smells like Fruit Loops, you guys. Fruit Loops. I'm not kidding. It smells like Fruit Loops. Come in and smell those. Speaking of smells, I got in some jasmine as well. These are budded up and ready to fill your house with glorious scent. These are the pink jasmines, and they are gorgeous. They're all super full, and like I said, super budded. All right, let's go. Plant room is super full. My brother is not happy with me because I spent way too much money restocking the plant room, but it needed it. And I got some really cool stuff. So I'm excited to show you. We're going to start right here. I got in some gorgeous Kalanchoes. That is that double flowering Kalanchoe. Those are gorgeous. They bloom forever. So we move along next to those. I got in some gorgeous flowering anthuriums. There's white, pink, red, and orange. These are in soil. The reason I say that is because we're going to see some later that are kind of water, soil, lacquer. You'll see those. This one is gorgeous. Look at how pretty that one is. It's kind of a, I don't know, candy cane stripe. So I've gotten 2 orders, and I got 1 order in last week, and then I just got an order in last night that we just finished pricing and putting out. So there's lots of stuff to look at out here. One of the things that I got last week were these Anthurium pterodactyls. These are gorgeous. I took one of these home when we had gotten them a while back. I think it was in the fall. And it quickly became one of my favorite anthuriums. It's gorgeous. It's just so subtle. That leaf. Down here I have some Camposportianums, which are philodendrons. If you are looking for a fast growing philodendron, this is your boy right here. This is the mature leaf shape. They get even more loby as they get older, but that is one of the fastest growing philodendrons I have in my collection. I'm constantly cutting it and propagating it because it just goes out of control. If you swing to your right, Dina, we just got in a huge assortment of Monstera adansonii, 2 different sizes on those. Those are great beginner plants. They surely are a statement plant. You can put it in a pot on a shelf or in a hanger, and it will do well either way. I got in a huge assortment of prayer plants. A couple different sizes on those. I have the 3.5 inch and then some 5 inch, the green, the red, and then the lemon lime. Down below that, I got in a great assortment of Calatheas. This one here is my favorite. This is the rhubarba. I love the way that the leaf ripples, but the backside, you can't see it, but it's fuzzy. That's one of those sensory plants. I can't stop touching it. Love that one. But there's a couple other kinds in there, the orbifolias and some rattlesnakes and some others mixed in. All right, as we keep moving, we're going to go this way. I got in some pipers. These are gorgeous. Absolutely stunning plants. I get a lot of questions on these. Sometimes on the back of the pipers, you'll see like a little white dot, pimples almost on the backs. That's not a bug. That's what the plant does normally. So if you have one at home and you're freaking out and spraying it with insect control, it's normal. It's what they do. It's kind of like philodendrons with the extra floral nectaries. They get those little spots on them. Speaking of philodendrons, down below those, I do have a couple of the summer glories left. These are stunning. These, that's a new leaf there, are a mix between a gloriosum and a Macaulay's finale hybrid. I found with those, some of them you kind of have to look at the growth habit of them Some of them will be more upright, and some of them will want to crawl across the ground like a gloriosum does. So we keep moving over here. I got in some fun spathiphyllums, peace lilies as a common name. This one here happens to be domino. This one is slightly splash variegated, but the texture of the leaf is really cool too. One of my favorite peace lilies. Let's just spin this way before we get too far. I got in a whole new assortment of ferns. One of my brand new favorites is the rabbit split fern. These are crazy, crazy legs already coming out of these pots. And for 12 bucks, it's worth a shot. I found that that's one of the more resilient ferns that I have grown. That and staghorns, which I have one plaque left here, are my new favorites. My absolute favorites. Like, they are topping my philodendrons. Hate to say it, but it's true. If we go down here, I got in some new aglaonemas. This one here is called Spring Snow, I believe. It is striking. That white-green combination, they really accent each other really, really well. Brighten up a dark corner. Aglaonemas are super, super easy. Great for beginners, great for a darker area. They want to dry out, so don't worry about it if you're one that doesn't water a whole lot. They will love that. Hard to kill. Spin this way. Here we got in some of these small bambino ferns. Those are those little guys. These are only $4 a piece. Perfect for a terrarium, or if you want to try your hand at ferns. There's some of the heartleafs in there, the button, some of the bird's nest, the crested bird's nest, a couple of Bostons in there as well. We got in a fresh load of African violets as well. There's some really pretty ones in there. I love that one that's white with the dark purple center. I think that's striking. All right, one of the other peace lilies that we got in is one called Platinum Mist, which is one that I have at home as well. It just has this frosted effect to the leaf itself. They are so pretty. A little bit of a larger leaf than your regular peace lily, wider, but I love how it's kind of frosted. It's a little subtle. Really, really pretty. All right, we're going to keep moving. I have some ficus in stock here, Benjaminas, the elasticos in the Teneke, and the ruby. And then I got in some clivias. These are so pretty. They're all budded up. Some of them are already blooming. That gorgeous orange color of those flowers is just striking. It really brightens up a winter day. And those are very popular. So I don't think those are going to last very long. All right, we're going to keep moving this way. I got in some ficus microcarpas, which if you've wanted to kind of dabble in the bonsai world, this is a great way to do that because you can practice your pruning without having to root prune the base of it and keep it really contained because they have a normal root system, but they have that habit of a bonsai. This one is my favorite out of the group that we got. I always have to tell you about my favorites. I just love the roots in the stems and how they go into the pot itself. Those are really cool. Definitely a statement piece. Let's spin this way. Remember how I talked to you about those anthuriums? We got these in that are just stunning. So these are a glass vase. This is definitely one of those conversation pieces. You can give this to somebody and they're going to absolutely adore it because anthuriums can go in a lower light situation and they bloom, like I said, for months. This one is my favorite. So it's got pink, but also like the newer ones come out a little bit purple. And 3 of us girls have already grabbed a pink one for ourselves because they are so stunning. But it's leca on the bottom. You just keep that leca filled with water, and then it is a soil, and you can see the roots. How cool is that? I think that's awesome. That would be great for somebody's desk, a bathroom if it gets, if it has a window. Really, really pretty. The other thing that we got in were some of these rooting jars that are already pre-rooted with plants in them. That's another striking piece because it really shows the roots. And they can stay in there for quite a while, and it's got that really cute cork top to it. All right. Strings of things. We have the string of pearls. We have the donkey's tail. We have string of beads, ruby necklace, There are some string of bananas, I think was the other that came in that assortment. Those are always super popular. And as we keep moving, excuse me, I got in some of the variegated Epipremnum pinnatums, which are just stunning. I love the leaf pattern on that. This one was really pretty. I love that marbling. So there's still a couple of those left. They're going fast because, like I said, that order only came like last week, late last week. I restocked on the Tradescantia and the Nooks and the Calisas, which is like the cousin, that really small leaf cousin. Those are always really popular. Both of those I have in regular smaller pots, and then the 4.5-inch hanging pots in both of those as well. You can just spin this way a little bit, Dina. We are fully stocked with Dracaenas, the bright colored Dracaenas. Those are great to darken up or to brighten up a darker corner. Super easy care. It's one of those plants you can let it dry out pretty severely. You give it some water, it bounces right back. Very, very resilient. I got some really cool begonias in as well. This smaller one here is the white ice, I think it's called. Hang on. White ice, that was right. So there's a couple of those. That one is super pretty. That is almost a smaller leaf angel wing begonia. Super easy. And then next to that, I have the, what is this one? A U309. Look at the size of that leaf. Huge and really pretty on the backside. And those fuzzy stems. Really, really pretty. There's a couple of those and they bloom. Speaking of begonias, we're going to go to this one here, which is the YTO. This one is stunning. So I don't know if it'll come across, but it's almost a black leaf with green dots. And then the backside, if you were to hang it, can you get that one, Dina? So the light's coming through from the backside. Come around this way and go up that way. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I think that is just so cool. If that was hanging in a window and you can see the undersides of it, I'm speechless about that one. I am really adoring begonias lately. I don't know, it's weird. Amphidoxus, we got some of those in as well, which is this one here. That is a very popular one. Reptilian, in my opinion, and not as hard as most people think. It is a little bit more tender than your others, but it's still a really cool plant. Give it a little bit more humidity. If your humidity level's like 30. You want to put it near a humidifier or under a cloche. We're going to spin this way. Painted Ladies. This is one of the first philodendrons that I had ever gotten. I should say one of the first more expensive philodendrons that I had gotten in my collection. Only because I thought it was so striking with the yellow, pink, and green. And then how as it matures, it comes back down to a green leaf. So you're always getting so many different colors on the plant at once. That one will need a pole, which we do have in stock as well, a couple different types. I have the regular cocoa core poles as well as the sphagnum moss poles, which will hold moisture a little bit better. We are fully stocked with snake plants. So many different types. The regular trifasciatas. I have some Bantel sensations. There's some Sayaris in there, whale fins, some of the smaller bird's nest style, and the samurai, which is a really cool Sansevieria. I love how they spin. See how it's like spinning? So cool. Super cool. All right, we're going to go over on this side. Peperomias. I have some turtles in stock. I got in this really cute little terrarium style one. I don't know if we can get up close on that, but it almost looks like a mini turtle. But it's not. It's a different variety. It stays super small like this. It likes a lot of moisture. So if you're an overwaterer, that might be good for you. I have some of the elongatas in stock, which is a really cool peperomia too, because it's got that really long lance-like leaf. And I have one of these at home. I'm not great with my peperomias. I've kept a turtle alive for, 3 or 4 years. And this one here I've kept alive for almost a year, and it does great. Fuzzy Mysteries in stock as well. Only a few of those left. All right, Silver Heroes. Silver Hero Scindapsus, one of the most pretty Scindapsus in my opinion. If you really like that silver gray color, it's a striking Scindapsus. But I also have Exoticas, the Silver Splash, and some Argyrius in stock. I do have some Hoyas in stock. We just got in some new ones, these Crimson Princess in little pots, as well as some larger 8-inch pots, which are a little farther down here. They are gorgeous. If you have never done Hoyas before, start with that one. It's an easy one, and it's striking. All right. White Knight Philodendrons in stock. I do have some of those left. This one here is popping out a new leaf, and you can see the variegation coming through on that. Those are super cool. Bipennifolium aureas, which is the bipen, but it's the yellow. So your newer foliage comes out, and it's more of that chartreuse color. Those are gorgeous. Brazils, regular heartleaf. Some Glories, which is the melanochrysum mixed with a gloriosum, I believe. Super easy, way easier than my melanochrysum is. That one I'm ready to throw in the trash because it's a pain in the butt. I do still have some of the 69686 left in stock. There's some Florida greens tucked in here. This is a newer one too. This one was super pretty. This is a Maloney Gold. This is like a self-heading from what I can tell. I didn't do a whole lot of research on it. I'm sure you can put it on a pole, but it would take a long time for it to climb up. We still have Micans in stock. And a few other, Birkins, Silver Stripe, some of the lemon lime, heartleaf philodendrons as well. Okay, I'm missing stuff along the way, but that's okay. You're going to have to come in and see yourself. I got in some ponytail palms, like elephant foot. I think it's called that too because of the base, but ponytail palms, I have those in a 6-inch pot, and then I have some teeny tiny ones in a little 4-inch pot if you're one to like watching things grow. How cute is that? Love it. There is one Glad Hands philodendron left in stock too. Love that one. A little different than the Florida green. It's a little lancier. I don't know, more jagged, thinner. I don't know how to describe it, but look it up. It's cool. Okay. Pothos, super full of pothos. Your pearls and jade, your regular marbles, your goldens. I think I have a couple of cebu's in stock. Spider plants, another great starter plant. Easy care. You can propagate your babies. It's a great starter plant. But for those of us who have, larger collections, if you don't have a spider plant, tuck one in amongst your other plants. It breaks everything up. It kind of gives your eye a place to rest when you have all of your other fancy plants around it. And I can't say enough about spider plants. We have the Bonnies and the regular Marias, I think they're called. Your regular variegated, intervariegated spider plants. All right. I have some Ripsalis in stock. This is my new favorite that I've been collecting at home. I actually went online and I got 27 different cuttings from a lady in Florida just so that I can grow. Don't laugh at me, Dina. Just so that I can grow them on, cut them, and sell them to you guys to extend your collection of Ripsalis because they really are a cool plant. They're in the jungle cactus family, which incidentally, so is this. This is an orchid cactus. And I looked at this morning, and it is loaded with new buds. There are new buds along that, up on there, over on this side. This thing is going to explode with color. Everybody loves their Christmas cactus, but there's something about orchid cactus that just, those strappy leaves. So pretty. And then the fern leaf cactus as well, which is another jungle cactus. So the cool thing about jungle cactus is they're not like a regular cactus. They do like a little bit more water than a regular spiky cactus would. And they don't need quite as much sun. So you don't have to take up that valuable southern exposure spot in your window. You can pull it away from that window and they're going to do just fine. Super easy and so different and cool. All right. Restocked on succulents as well as cactus. So there's lots of options. We focus a lot on these smaller ones. these small little pots. These are $5 a piece. They're good to try your hand at succulents. Succulents are a lot of people's first plant, starter plant. Don't give up if you kill a succulent. We've all done it. Been there, done that. But there are some that are a lot easier than others. So jades, your haworthias. Down on the bottom, we have some of the euphorbias. Those green ones are freaking out because I moved them and I think they went too dry. So they're dropping all their leaves, but not to worry, they regrow them, which is the cool thing about euphorbias. Love them. There's some rat tail cactus hangers left. There are some standard form elephant bush down there as well. And then we're going to look at the cactus. Now with the cactus, you guys, I have tongs here. Use them. You just reach in and you grab it just like that. Look at that one. It's so pretty. There's some domino cactus in here. There's some of the old man cactus. Lots of different varieties. I'm not real schooled on it. There's some barrel cactuses in there as well. That's about my extent of cactus knowledge. I can tell you how not to kill them, if that helps. All right, you guys, I think that's going to do it. I showed you pretty much everything that I wanted to show you. We did get some new pots in with this order as well. We have potting soil in stock and all the amendments, fertilizers for your houseplants. This is a great time of the year to get back into it. You know why? Because the winter is so long and it's so dreary and it's so cold and gray. Get your hands dirty. Grab a plant. Have something to nurture through this long season. I know it was like 50 and 60 degrees last week and everybody's itching for spring. It's going to get cold. I'm telling you, it's going to get cold. And you're going to wish you had some houseplants inside the house to kind of fuss with and have that green around you. And not to mention when you take your tree down, I took my tree down last night. I'm like, whoa, I need more plants. My husband didn't think that was funny. But anyway, you guys, come in and see us. We are open today until 6. We are open tomorrow 8 to 6 and all weekend long. And we would love to see you. We never close. Stop in and see us, get some new plants, and have a great day.